Welcome to Manny's TV Talk, where we will talk about all of our favorite reality TV shows and news surrounding them. Grab a snack, a drink, and get comfortable because this starts now.
And they haven't spoken since they cut it off.
It's kind of the worst nightmare.
I am happy to see you.
This is making me want to go home.
What is she doing here?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Let's talk about the new episode of Bachelor in Paradise. So this is season 9, episode 8. So the cliffhanger last week was, who would Micheal ask on a date? Will it be Olivia? He does pick her. I'm happy for her. She was so happy that she even forgot his name. So it's a date night. They go dancing. They are having a lot of fun and being loose. Meanwhile, John Henry and Kat seem to be very intimate. He says that he has completely closed the chapter with Olivia, and Kat says she can actually see herself marrying this guy. I don't know about that. I see them very, I don't see any compatibility, to be honest, but we'll see. I just wonder if maybe it's lust. I just want to wait and see what will happen after they start to have the more serious conversations about the relationship, what will happen then. But going back to this date, it's going pretty good. It's obviously too fast for them to know that they like each other, but they do kiss. She was grabbing onto him pretty hard. So that was it for that night. It is then another morning. So the couples so far that have been established are Kat and Henry, Mercedes and Tyler, Kaylee and Avan, Jess and Blake, Olivia and Micheal. As far as Tanner and Rachel, it was surprising for her that Tanner gave her a rose, but she's still not settled with him yet. So then two guys come down. One is from Rachel's season. I remember this one guy. His name is Jordan. He's the one who, I think he drove the car. He was her first date. And I remember when I saw that, I really wanted them to be together, but she ended up sending him way too soon. But he is here, so that's nice. Then a guy named Taylor is from Charity season. I do not remember him. He must have been one of those extras in the background, but he seemed very awkward when he got there. But they both go down and say hi to everyone, and Kat is taken by Taylor, but most importantly, Jordan takes Rachel. So Rachel seemed pretty happy to see Jordan. She's been open about sending him home way too quickly. She regrets that. And I can see that just by this interaction that there's something about them. They do have chemistry, but I feel like there's something missing. It gives me friend vibes. And then Peter brings a date card. The date card is for Jordan to choose a girl, and he chooses Rachel, and she says yes. So this is his second first date with her. But let's not forget, Tanner did waste his rose for Rachel, so he's not too happy about that. I'm personally still confused why he gave her his rose to Rachel and not to Davia. It does got me thinking if maybe that was production to keep Rachel. I don't know. So people are hanging out. Rachel and Jordan go on a date. And out of all of the dates you could go while being in Mexico, they take them right there on the beach to some couple yoga activity with other weird couples. I was just like, really? That's the best they could do? But they started doing certain positions, couples things, yoga. And they were starting to get pretty close. So there was this one where she kind of was sitting on his lap sort of thing. So they go ahead and kiss. Then after that, they're just talking, just two of them, the other people left. And she's talking about, giving him a new chance. And then they go into the ocean and they kiss. Now that kiss was pretty feisty. It was definitely a kiss. I'll tell you that much. Later that day, Kaylee and Avan still strong, and they might actually leave out of this engaged, which I really don't care about them. But after the date with Rachel, she goes and talks to Tanner. He says that he's trying to figure out what paradise means for him. When he gave her that rose is because he actually had a lot of fun with her and wanted to explore things with her. But she sort of says oh, well, you've been through a lot. Essentially, what she's trying to say is that she's a little hesitant to open herself up because maybe she doesn't trust him. Now, she doesn't say like that, of course, but I think that's what she means. She sort of is tiptoeing around it, and then he says that Rachel just seems to have walls up that she doesn't want to put down. It looks like maybe Tanner might have thought things were more serious than what they actually were. So Rachel goes and talks to some other people, and all they are asking about is Tanner. So that makes her reevaluate things, and Rachel goes back with Tanner, and she says, I didn't realize you were being that serious, but you know what? I want to try this. I'll be open to it. Tanner is very excited to hear that. They have a little bit of a serious talk. He says that he's in a position in his life where he wants to choose that one person who he's going to be traveling the world with, watching Netflix, just settling down. And that's good for her to hear. And then they kiss. The group is having some fun. They're playing some charades. I like seeing that. And then Aaron takes Eliza to a little setup that he had for her where he had some flowers and a little bit of food. And he formally asks, will you be my girlfriend? And she says yes. So that's pretty nice. What that told me is that they're going to leave Paradise together, just not engaged. But they'll continue to date. So that's nice. And these more personal, intimate talks is because we literally have 2 more episodes after this one. Then they do some truth boxing. Remember the box where they write the anonymous notes? They had some pretty funny ones. But one of them said that Tyler needs to come clean because he's not too into Mercedes. Interesting. He was speechless. He had really no reaction. So Mercedes is a little bit taken aback by that. And she talks to Kaylee and Avan about it. And they're telling her that she needs to really figure this out to know if he's being real. So she gets Tyler, and they're having this important conversation because she wants to know, will this work if they leave out of here, because he lives pretty far away. And he says, well, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Wow, she was so disappointed. And let me tell you something, this man does not love that woman, because if he was into her, he would have said, I don't care what we'll have to do, we'll figure it out, we're gonna do this, we'll do what we have to do. But he didn't say none of that. So then it is the next day. Some guys are working out. It's a group of guys, and of course, Kat is the one teaching them oh my gosh, he's such a pick-me. But a date card arrives, and it's for Avan, but it's a double date with Peter. So they both choose their woman. Of course, Avan chooses Kaylee, and Peter chooses Sam. They were very excited about that. This double date was a little bit better because they actually went out of the beach. They went to some place in Mexico. They were dancing. There was a DJ, drinking, all of that. They then played like a game, like the girls get blindfolded and they have to touch these random guys and guess which of them are their men, and then they have to kiss them. Luckily they got theirs correctly. Then they have the guys twerking. Peter was having so much fun because even though he knows he's a horrible dancer, the fact that he's like owning it and just dancing, like that's pretty fun. Avan is so lame and stiff, so it was a little bit of a challenge for him to do it, but he went through with it and had some fun. Then after that, Peter tells Sam that he's done looking for options. He wants her, and she feels the same way, so that was pretty nice. And then the same thing goes for Avan and Kaylee. Meanwhile, back at the beach, people are chilling. Blake and Jess are having a pretty good time. Looks like things got good since last week with them. She even grabs a stick and writes their names on the sand with a heart, so romantic. But then, Lord Almighty, I never thought I'd see this woman again. Katie Thurston, or as I call her, Katie Thirsty, okay? We all know she dated Blake in her season. They got engaged, then they broke up, and she left him for another guy who was on her season. And if I remember correctly, Blake had alluded that she cheated on him. But anyway, she's very nervous. She says that she's shaking, but she walks in. When she walked in, it was the most awkward thing because all of the groups, all their eyes went on Blake. They like froze for a little bit. And then she pulls Blake to go talk to him as if nothing had happened. But the thing is, of course, they were engaged. They broke up. This is the first time they've spoken to each other since that. They broke up over the phone and haven't seen each other since, so it was pretty awkward. But she says that she sent him a bunch of voice memos. He really didn't know what to say. He said that he did read the voice memos, but he didn't respond because he didn't feel like he was ready. They talk about Jess, but most importantly about their relationship and why it didn't work out. Seemed like Katie really regrets not choosing him, But meanwhile, Jess is low-key going through it. I kind of felt bad. And Blake is confused. Everyone is confused. Like, what is Katie gonna do now? And then she goes in front of the group and starts saying some weird jokes. And she says that she's not gonna be staying, so she will be hosting a comedy roast later that night. So the group begins to write their jokes. And then a little bit later, they begin. Katie is supposed to be some sort of stand-up comedian, I guess. But then the group starts to roast each other. John Henry roasts Olivia. Aaron roasts John Henry. His was funny. He said that John Henry must be colorblind because he can't see the difference of colors from a flag. And then they begin to roast Kat. Tanner says she had Botox, and they continue to roast Kat. Olivia, this one was a good one. She's because you know how Kaylee and Kat both ended up with the men that she had first. She asks them, "How do I taste?" That was funny. Tyler roasted Mercedes, which was weird. Like, I get if you're roasting other people, but to roast the person you're supposed to be in a relationship, that was weird. That was messy. Other people also roast about Tyler and Mercedes relationships. They roast Blake and Jess's relationship and how young she is. That, you know, they call her baby Jess. It's funny to see because they also roast Rachel. Like, Tanner roasts her. But the funny thing is seeing them pretend to have fun, but deep inside they're dying, like, for real. The ones who were really butthurt were Mercedes, Rachel, and Jess and Kat. Like, these girls were in tears. They were freaking out. Oh my gosh, this was messy. And between this roast and the truth box, it kind of shows you how dry and boring the cast was, because it shows us that production needed to cause drama in any way possible, so they resorted to this stuff. It is then a new day. The mood is just weird after that roast, but then we go to nighttime and it's another rose ceremony. So they're going to have their cocktail party. Jesse asks Blake about Katie and he asks how did he feel seeing her. He says that he really didn't expect her, but she's gone now, so whatever. So the roses are from the women are gonna be giving them to the men. 3 men will be going home, so this cocktail party means a lot. So they begin. There's a lot to prove, even for the couples that have been, you know, quote unquote established and strong. It's important to know if Jess and Blake are going to continue. But we will find out next Thursday. Actually, no, not next Thursday, because next Thursday is Thanksgiving, so we'll have to wait for the week after that. But we only have 2 episodes left, as I said. But it looks like this rose ceremony that we're going to be getting in 2 weeks is going to go all the way left. So I can't wait for that. But you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What did you think about this episode? I thought it was pretty boring. The Katie thing, they were clearly trying to clickbait us. They made it seem like she was going to cause this whole thing, and she kind of did, but I don't think she truly wanted to go there to get back with him. I think it was just, you know, for our attention. But let me know, you guys, what y'all thought about this episode. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. You have a great one. Bye.